So your summary, biggest marketing, advertising, and sales challenge builders are facing as they enter 2023.
I think the biggest challenge is forgotten knowledge. All those skills that have been built up pre-COVID, and I'm alluding here to marketing and sales skills, they all need to be dusted down and put back into play, because advertising has got harder in the background. You may not have needed too much advertising lately, and you may not have noticed that it's got harder with Facebook. It still works very well with a content strategy, but it has changed. And in terms of sales, one alarming fact that come out of our survey was the objections manual. The amount of builders that have an objections manual actually declined. And I think that highlights as well that builders have not been having too many objections when they've been trying to sign contracts over the last 2 years. People just wanted those contracts signed. But the danger is when we don't document this knowledge and document our processes, it gets forgotten. So, if I had to summarize the biggest challenge that builders are facing in 2023, it's because the market is going to soften, and the forgotten knowledge is going to bite in terms of marketing and sales.
That's very, very wise advice, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. Just from a perspective of marketing, and I was talking to some builders and said, what do you think your product is? And I think, well, new home or remodeled home. I said, that's not your product. I said, that is not why your clients are hiring you. I said, they have a hoped for lifestyle that they want to be able to enjoy in their home. They're looking for somebody to help them achieve that. So if you can, create the perception that you are the best one to help them achieved that hope for lifestyle, you get the job. But if you think you're throwing sticks and bricks up, and you're going to lose the sale every single time. You have to understand what are their underlying motivations, and everything starts from fear. And we delve this a little bit, and we talked in Las Vegas too, is that you have to understand the fears of your clients and be able to show them that you are the best one to be able to solve their problems and deliver their hope for lifestyle. And so, great builders, you could be great at throwing the sticks and bricks together, great at running the jobs and the processes, but if you're not great at marketing, advertising, and sales, you will never achieve your potential, at least in my humble opinion.
Absolutely. As a species, we buy on emotion, or we make the buying decision on emotion, but we justify with logic, and that in itself is a clear explanation as to why it is not all about price. Price is simply what they tell you when they went with another builder.
Yep, absolutely. Great stuff, Russ. So anyone that's watching this, how do they get a copy of the report?
Well, we will be publishing the report in March, and it will be available as a PDF to download completely free of charge. We'll provide a link that can be added to the show notes so that anyone listening to the show can download that PDF free of charge. We do publish it as a hard copy report, and we do have a limited number of those hard copies to give away. All we ask is that you cover postage and packing. So, if you click on that link, you'll be able to download the report for free, and you'll also be able to obtain a hard copy if you desire that.
And after reviewing the information, it was just a wealth of knowledge for me, and really some stuff that I absolutely didn't expect, and some things that you would expect that it just wasn't there. So it's humbling to look at this and just really understand as what is going on in the industry right now. But I think that the biggest takeaway from me was, if I am a builder out there and I want to grow my business, I want to grow my margins, and I want to do things right, there is so much opportunity in the marketplace, because so many of my peers are not really operating at their full potential. So I can go to an organization like the Association of Professional Builders, and I can get that coaching and training and mentoring that I need, that accountability, which I think is a huge part of what you guys do as well through your coaching programs, and be able to systematically, work my way up the ladder. And it's not all about just, revenue, but it's the margins follow. which is the really cool part about what you guys are doing. So absolutely encourage people to download a copy and to check you guys out as well. Any final words, Russ?
Yeah, but there is a blueprint for success. Margins, attainable margins are probably way higher than you may realize. So by looking at the data and seeing what the benchmarks are for the industry, that will help open the mind, hopefully, and then follow the blueprint so that you can achieve far more from running a residential building company.
And if there's one thing builders should be able to do, is following the blueprint. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks so much for joining us, Russ. We really appreciate your insight, your wisdom, and getting the results of the survey. Until next time, we'll see you on Conversations That Convert.